Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Mr. Muhammad Salama and I'm going today to introduce to you Unit 4 M High 6. The title of Unit 4 is Changes. Before you read the text in front of you on page 30, you have to read this quotation and determine your decision, agree with it or not. If you do, give reasons, and if you don't, give us reasons too. The quotation is, ability is what you are capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how well you do it. This is said by Raymond Chandler. Now we have here the text on page 30. Title is Little Stars. You have to pause the video right now and go to read it and come back and continue with us. Listen up.
Unit 4, page 30. Read. Exercise 3.
Little Stars. Andrea Jaeger was a tormented teenager lost in the world of professional tennis. Now she's at peace with herself. At the age of 47, and more than 2 decades after her enforced retirement from the game, Jaeger now runs a charity that she set up to help children with cancer. It has been a long, sometimes tortuous, often uplifting journey of sacrifice, on the road to a destiny she dimly glimpsed as an impressionable teenager lost in an adult world. Along the way, she had to reconcile a stormy relationship with her overbearing father, Roland, and admit to losing matches on purpose, among them the Wimbledon final of 1983. Through a painful and all too brief childhood, Jaeger discovered she had few equals at hitting tennis balls, but lacked the killer instinct required of great champions. In the women's locker room, inhabited by Chris Evert, Billie Jean King and Martina Navratilova, the 15-year-old found herself out of step with a ruthlessly competitive environment. "I didn't join the circuit to be number one," she says. "I joined because I was good enough to." She also played the game to please her parents. Kids should be driven by their own goals and their own passion, not by someone else's. That's when it becomes dangerous, she says. Jaeger took the first opportunity offered to her by a shoulder injury sustained at the French Open in 1984 to pursue the life that secretly she had always been wanting to lead. She set up the Little Star Foundation, initially with her career earnings of $1.38 million, to help children with cancer or at risk in the community. "When I got injured, to be honest, I was relieved," she explains. "Everyone was applauding me for playing tennis, but when I was injured, I thought, finally, I can go and be me. I was given a gift to play tennis, but it wasn't my right to say whether I had it for 5 years or 50 years. I beat Billie Jean King on centre court at Wimbledon. How many people can even say they played Wimbledon? My dad was a brilliant coach, and my mum enjoyed how well we were doing. My sister was at Stanford, and I was sitting in my hotel room all night going, well, everybody thinks I'm great because I won the match, but what about the person I beat? How's she feeling?" She minded losing less than her opponents did. Only in 2008, though, did Jaeger admit to deliberately losing the final of the 1983 Wimbledon Championships, a tournament she had blasted through without losing a set. On the eve of the final, after a protracted row with her father, she was shut out of the family's rented house in Wimbledon. Jaeger went to knock on the door of the only person she knew in the street, which happened to be Navratilova. The next day, the 3-time champion finished Jaeger off in 54 minutes. "I never looked back on my tennis career until this year, and I've never wondered how good I could have been," she says. "If I'd stayed out there for 10 years and not been injured and won all the Grand Slams, I think I would have lost a bit of my soul. Professional tennis was my teenage calling. This is my adult calling. When my teenage years were done, it was time to move on to something else. Success is now measured in less stark ways than the numbers on a scoreboard. Raising money for her charity requires preparation and discipline, qualities easily transferable from the tennis court. But the sound of laughter coming from the children on holiday at the Foundation's ranch near Aspen in Colorado echoes through each day. Many of them have never seen a mountain, let alone experienced rafting down the roaring Fork River with Jaeger as guide. Recently, she was recognized by a fellow passenger on a plane, not for being a former tennis champion, but for running a cancer charity. That pleased her, a sign of progress in her own life too. A few years ago, Jaeger returned to Wimbledon with some of her terminally ill kids, and the guards on the gate not only recognized her, but gave the children bags of sweets. There were these guards all dressed in uniform, practically saluting the kids. "My kids thought they were the King and Queen of England," Jaeger says. If it took all those hours of training and discipline, all the anguish, to get to this, it was worth it. I didn't lose anything by losing a Wimbledon final.
Alright, in the same page, we have here an exercise 1 on page 31. He wants you to match each highlighted word with its definition. Number 1, easily influenced or impressed. From the highlighted word, this is suitable with the word impressionable. So number 2 here, a natural talent. A natural talent is deft. Number 3, a ruthless determination to win. This is called killer instinct. Number 4, a career or occupation that you are destined to follow. This is calling. Yes, calling. Number 5, full of twists and turns. Tortuous. Number 6, close to death. Close to death, it means terminally ill. Terminally ill means someone who is close to death. Number 7, a place where people change for sport. This is locker room. Locker room. Number 8, not sharing the same ideas or attitudes. It means out of step. Out of step. Number 9, blunt and simple. It means stark. Number 10, positive and encouraging. It means uplifting. Number 11, capable of being taken from one situation and used in another. It means transferable. Number 12, long and drawn out. Long and drawn out, it means protracted. Number 13, misery and pain. Misery and pain is called anguish. Number 14, wanting to control the behavior of others. Overbearing. The last one, number 15, a very large farm, especially in the US. It's called ranch. Ranch. Next page, we have here the first exercise, an application on the vocabulary that we have already known. He wants us to complete each gap in the following sentences with one of the words in the box. Number 1, they arrived home an hour late after following a what route through the back streets. I want here a word which means twisted. They arrived home an hour late after following a tortuous route through the back streets. Number 2, though undeniably talented, he was regarded as what with other artists of his era. He was regarded as out of step with other artists of his era. Number 3, despite her what of 4 languages, she struggled to learn Hungarian. Number 3, despite her gift for languages, she struggled to learn Hungarian. Number 4, The story is ultimately very what? Despite the tragic events at the start. Number 4, the story is ultimately very uplifting despite the tragic events at the start. Number 5, when he wants to get away from it all, he spends a week at his parents' what? In Oregon. Number 5, when he wants to get away from it all, he spends a week at his parents' farm, ranch in Oregon. Number 6, I was offered a what choice? Accept a reduction in pay or lose my job completely. I was offered a stark choice. Stark. Number 7, as she talked about the loss of her beloved, she tried to disguise or to cover her sorrow or sadness, to disguise her anguish. Number 8, after space negotiations, the two organizations agreed to merge. Number 8, after what negotiations? The negotiations were protracted. After protracted negotiations, the two organizations agreed to merge. Number 9, although she was leading 5-3, her lack of what cost her the set. Number 9, although she was leading 5-3, her lack of a killer instinct cost her the set. Number 10, my father lost touch with his father and didn't realize that the old man was space until it was too late. I need here a word which means very sick or close to death. My father lost touch with his father and didn't realize that the old man was terminally ill. Number 11, I'm afraid I didn't see your text because I left my phone in the locker room. Number 12, having tried various jobs, he realized his what was teaching. Having tried various jobs, he realized his calling was teaching. Number 13, on giving up a career in medicine to become a gardener, he was amazed at how many of the skills turned out to be space. Number 13, on giving up a career in medicine to become a gardener, he was amazed at how many of the skills turned out to be transferable. Number 14, unable to find a job, he was forced to work in a shop owned by his space uncle. I need a tough person like a strict man or something. Unable to find a job, he was forced to work in a shop owned by his overbearing uncle. The last sentence, I used to think my uncle was a hero, but I was very space here. At that age, I used to think my uncle was a hero, but I was very impressionable. Let we check our answers again. Number 1, tortuous. Number 2, out of step. Number 3, gift. Number 4, uplifting. Number 5, ranch. Number 6, stark. Number 7, anguish. Number 8, protracted. Number 9, killer instinct. Number 10, terminally ill. Number 11, locker room. Number 12, calling. Number 13, transferable. Number 14, overbearing. Number 15, impressionable. In the same page, exercise number 1, a box of words. These words are better, direction, hands, heart, mind, plan, tune, and ways. And we have to use them with the word change. His parents had a change of what? And they let him go on the school exchange after all. His parents changed. His parents had a change of heart. and let him go on the school exchange after all. Number 2, we were considering going camping, but we changed our minds when we saw the weather forecast. Number 3, Tina said she'd never get married, but she's changed her what since she met Steve. She changed her tune since she met Steve. Yesterday I saw her looking at wedding rings. Number 4, my brother has changed his what since he found a girlfriend. He even tidies his room now. So my brother has changed his ways. Number 5, Dan's decided to study music at night school. I think he is looking for a change of direction. Number 6, Ellie's new job is a change for the what? She gets paid overtime now. The answer will be Ellie's new job is a change for the better. She gets paid overtime now. Number 7, the stolen painting changed what several times? The stolen painting changed hands several times before it was found in a backstreet art dealers. The last one, there's been a change of what? The move has been postponed until next January. There's been a change of plan. The move has been postponed until next January. He wants you to complete the sentences with adjectives formed by adding suffixes. Suffixes are parts of the words that comes after the word to the words in brackets. Number 1, my sister prefers traveling on her own. She's really quiet, and the word is adventure. I need here a word which is suitable to be put here as an adjective. The adjective from the word adventure is adventuresome. Number 2, Wendy's had several space nights because she is concerned about her daughter. I need here an adjective from the word sleep. Sleepless nights. Number 3, our teacher was feeling benevolent, so she said the homework was, and we need an adjective from the word option. The homework was optional. Number 4, Harry is trying to lead a what life by cutting out fats from his diet and doing more sports. The adjective of the word health is healthy life. Number 5, we bought the house because of its idyllic location and space here, rooms. I need here the adjective from the word space. The adjective here is spacious rooms. Number 6, Andy's ankle was so space he couldn't walk on it. I need the adjective from the word pain. The adjective from pain is painful. Number 7, Dean and Joe are an unbearable couple. He's very arrogant and she's terribly. I need the adjective from the verb conceit. The word here is conceited. The adjective is conceited. Number 8, doctors and nurses sometimes have to face the space hazard of violent patients. The adjective of the word occupation is occupational hazard. Number 9, the manager of the farm has done a 3-year degree at an what college? We need the adjective from the word agriculture, so the adjective here is agricultural. Number 10, I can't stand space mashed potato even if it tastes good. Lamp, the adjective of lamp is lampy. Let me check our answers again. Number 1 was adventuresome. Number 2, sleepless. Number 3, optional. Number 4, healthy. Number 5, spacious. Number 6, painful. Number 7, conceited. Number 8, occupational. Number 9, agricultural. Number 10 is lumpy. Thank you for watching the video. See you next time. Goodbye.